The definition of feminism is the doctrine of advocacy for social, political, and all other rights of women equal to those of men. While its inception was necessary and continues to be necessary, the modern incarnation of the movement has begun to negatively impact women. The two main reasons for this are due to its entanglement with identity politics and collectivism over individualism, as well as the belief that to build women you must deconstruct men. During the second wave of feminism in the 1960s and 70s, there was a push to increase empowerment for women through emulating traditionally masculine traits, largely competitiveness, aggressiveness, and promiscuity. While these traits arguably have some evolutionary basis, these are not the best behaviors which should be adopted. Emulating someone's worst traits does not lead to desirable outcomes. Empowerment comes from improving one's innate skills to build confidence and inner strength. While competition is healthy for progress, it can also be inhibitory when combined with aggressiveness. Too often women attack each other over opposing values. Too often women impede each other in the workplace. Generally speaking, women have higher levels of emotional intelligence than men. They are more agreeable and have evolved to focus on relationships. These evolutionary characteristics are instrumental in building healthy generations and have proven to be highly effective in the establishment of helping professions that better society. Adopting masculine competition and aggressiveness has begun to erode this, and are in opposition to an innate evolutionary design in most women to nurture. Going against our natural instincts can lead to feelings of guilt and even shame. There's some evidence that promiscuity benefited mass procreation of our species. However, it's more complex than simple procreation. The existence of our species depends not only on creation of life, but on the biological, emotional, and psychological development of subsequent generations. Most evidence suggests that humans are just as predisposed to pair bonding, if not more so, than promiscuity. Because women mature at a faster rate than men, they are impacted by this drive to build long-term intimate relationships much earlier. Outside of psychological distress that can arise from hedonistic behavior, there's a great evolutionary benefit to pair bonding. Going against this instinctual drive can lead to emotional discomfort, such as mom guilt. Sexual liberation and abortion have paradoxically given toxic males what they desire: sex without responsibility. This has left many women to feel unfulfilled as men move away from pair bonding. There's been a growing movement to emasculate males in our society, the primary theory being that gender equilibrium can be achieved through building up women and tearing down men to create a balance of power. The other theory is that if men can be socially engineered to adopt more feminine traits, society can eradicate toxic masculinity. Ethically and morally, this has been disastrous. Authentic empowerment can only be achieved through fostering self-improvement through strength-based approaches. Breaking others down to make oneself feel bigger is a sign of emotional maladjustment. The social consequence has been the disruption of pair bonding, the withdrawal of men from society, and an increase in toxic masculinity. As a result, women's mental health has suffered, and rates of depression, anxiety, and general life dissatisfaction continue to increase. The subversion of identity politics and collectivism and feminism have negatively impacted the movement. By breaking down the individual for the collective, you create generic and inauthentic people. The definition of what a woman should be becomes concrete, rigid, and inhibitory to self-actualization. This creates division between women. A woman should be free to choose how she lives her life, whether it be a woman entering a STEM field, artistic expression, working in helping professions, or being a stay-at-home mother. Society should encourage individuals to evaluate their inner strengths and values and to live an authentic life, not shame them into rigid gender constructs. Ironically, research is finding traditional gender roles seem to increase in more egalitarian society. The most unique and amazing characteristic of women is their ability to create life itself. In terms of empowerment, it is the pinnacle of femininity that no man can emulate. And while this is objectively true, many women are taught to view motherhood as inhibitory to feminist progress. Feminist empowerment can only come from focusing on individualism and strengthening both men and women. Our goal is to create a society of balance, not inequality. Do not deny science in lieu of social trends. Encourage women to know themselves. to create their own path. Do not mock the values of women with different worldviews. Ask yourself, if I had a daughter, how would I want her to be raised? When raising a son, ask yourself, what kind of woman could encourage him to be the best version of himself? If there's anything that's been discussed in this video that you want to hear more about, please leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks for listening, and take care.